Hello there, and welcome back to Cinema Asylum Podcast. Today we're reviewing Skeleton Crew. My name is Dylan, one of two superhero and sci-fi experts.
I'm Matthew, the other superhero and sci-fi expert, and you've been looking forward to this for a minute.
I have been. Yeah, I admittedly, I kind of withdrew from the fandom before the show premiered, so I'm not entirely sure how everybody responded. But I've been looking forward to this. I like John Watts' work, or at least what I've seen. So I was really excited for it because of that. I was really excited for the what they were telling us about it leading up to it, like the fact that it's got a very Goonies vibe. I will say, I really kind of just like going straight into it. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say before that.
You.
Well, I mean, I was gonna do like a little spoiler free thing first, but it's what. Yeah, no spoilers.
Yeah.
No,
I've got a few points I got. So
I wish that when they were like, oh yeah, no, this feels like the Goonies. I wish that they would have said more of it, because when I was hearing the Goonies, I was like, oh well, that's a lot of people were like, this is my favorite movie. I was like, it's not mine. I was like, it's a great movie, but I wish that when they were describing it, they would have been like, oh yeah, it's kind of like a mashup between the Goonies and Treasure Planet.
Okay, well, that was one of my points.
That's what it... I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'll go and say it now. I feel like this is Disney's answer to giving us a live-action Treasure Planet.
I would say so, yeah. I still wish that we will get that one day, but no, yeah.
This is more than likely what we got.
Yeah, I just... 33 was given all those vibes of Ben.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, John Silvo, you know. I really liked it. There's a lot to love in it. Part of the fun is trying to figure out what the fuck was happening.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they've said a whole lot outside of the show officially to be like, oh yeah, no, this is what this was, this is what this was, this is what this was. Because fuck that ending.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of mystery there about what was happening on Atten. And
we really need a season 2.
We do. I don't think we're going to get it. I think that
either.
Jod is going to pop up somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I don't know other than that. Because one of the things that I was thinking about while watching the show was I was looking for, like, same as everybody, like, what the fuck is going on? So I was looking for everything. I was like, there has to be an affiliation somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were run by the fucking Empire.
Yeah.
That's where my theory is. That's where Skeleton Crew is going to factor into it.
Okay.
Because this is going to tie into the films that they're doing, because they said that what they're doing on Disney Plus right now is going to factor in, aside from Andor, obviously.
Yeah.
They said that it's going to factor in the same thing. Yeah, it's going to be telling this new story. And I think that what Atten's going to be, what this was bankrolling the Shadow Empire.
Okay.
Which, the Shadow Empire, for anybody who doesn't know, is after the Empire falls during the Battle of Jakku, there's these Shadow Empire remnants. And you see them in Mandalorian season 1, season 2, and season 3. And see him in Ahsoka as well. What?
I was going to say, just put on your tinfoil hat, because people have a lot of theories about the Shadow Empire.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
No,
You got what I was going with.
I got you. I think that's what was happening on that end. Because in the final episode, the supervisor, which I knew the supervisor wasn't going to be a dude. I knew that it wasn't going to be an actual person. I just, everything was pointing towards secrecy, and it was so obvious that it was just like, yeah, they're here, and they're so removed from everything, they have no fucking idea. So I was like, yeah, how often do they get emissaries, you know?
Right.
Like, obviously, they haven't had one in a while.
Just to confirm we're on the same mindset.
Hold on. Okay, that's good. That's good. I thought that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
You do not need to know what's going Obi-Wan.
Move along. Uh, no, I think that's what it was. They were bankrolling the Shadow Empire because we knew that this was taking place during the New Republic, and the fact that Supervisor was like, "Oh man, that's really crazy," because one of the last messages we got from the Republic was the fact that the Jedi were all traitors.
Yeah,
and it's just one of those. Yeah, you're just kind of a fucking idiot, aren't you? Moments for Jod, where it's like it's one of those rare moments because Jod is always Jod is one of the characters where he works himself out of a situation.
Yes,
He's very fast talking. He's very looking for everything from a different angle, and that's one of the coolest parts about his character, and it makes him very sleazy.
Yes,
like I love that. We don't have a whole lot of like sleazy main characters here, or I'm using sleazy in a alternative context from I feel like the traditional one,
right?
But he's just very. He's like a slippery eel. He's always getting through, kind of like Plastic Man before he became Plastic Man.
Used car salesman.
Yeah, he just. I don't know. I really like that because it was like a. Yeah, you kind of just fucking realized you fucked up in a big way. And him being like, yeah, you all work for me now. It's like, are you really expecting it to go over like that?
It's
like, how many fucking pirates are you going to have here, you know? Like, there's only going to be so long before infighting starts. There's only going to be so long before the Shadow Empire realizes, oh shit, we're not getting our money, you know? Because all the credits had the Empire insignia on it.
Right. It stinks because one of my points that I was going to bring up, John is the only one who would have got it, and he's not here.
What?
The fact that two of the characters had the names of two well-known Christian rappers. Fern is a member of the rap group Social Club Misfits.
Oh,
okay. Also another rapper named KB.
I think you've actually mentioned KB before.
Yeah,
I think.
But I thought John would have got a big kick out of
that. Probably.
2 of the 4 characters are rappers.
Honestly, the kids were awesome.
Yeah.
Fern was annoying, but it's just because she's trying to prove herself, trying to create her own thing, trying to be like the more mature one there, I guess.
Which one was your favorite?
Of the kids?
Yeah.
I love Neil.
Okay. I kind of kind of related to KB with being kind of like the outsider.
Yeah.
Not really. I feel like she felt like she was broken, kind of.
I feel weird. I feel weird doing this. If I had to rank the children, I feel like in terms of likability towards like my favorites.
Yeah.
I feel like it would go Neil, KB, Wynn, Fern.
Yeah.
I think that's what it would be.
I just flipped KB and Neil.
Okay. Yeah. I just Fern didn't have a whole lot going for me.
At least one of my other points. Neil is going to be a huge merch item.
I think he will be, but I don't think that he's going to be as big of a merch item.
Not like Grogu.
Not like Grogu, but it's kind of one of those things where
definitely of the newer Disney Plus toys though, he's going to be up there with under Grogu.
Well, the thing is I can't be like, oh well, with younger audiences because younger audiences has a character named Nubs.
Right.
Which is a teddy bear, basically. Yes. And it's I feel like that's the more marketable for them, especially since they keep putting out young High Adventure.
Right.
I forget what it's called because I'm not up to date on it.
I feel like Neil will be up there with Ahsoka and stuff though. Like the higher selling toys, but not like Grogu level.
How do you really market a little elephant boy to have high marketability?
I feel like Funko Pops and stuff are going to do really well.
Yeah. Well, the Funko Pops always do really well with the less human characters. Yeah.
I feel like T-shirts will do well too.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I just feel. I feel like there are plenty other. Because I feel like 33 is one of the marketable ones.
Yeah.
33 and his little iPad.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of Neil T-shirts with a phrase from the show.
Probably.
I can see a lot of those going.
I like the one where he's tired. Honestly, I would wear that image on a shirt.
Yeah.
No, one of the payoffs I really liked about this was with Neil,
Yes.
where he was gazing up at the cannon.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Chekhov's shotgun.
Yeah.
I like that, and it being Neil, the sweetest little boy, him manning a giant turbo laser, I fucking love it.
One of the things you might not have noticed, this is more my wheelhouse than yours, I feel, because it's not about Star Wars itself. The intro music.
Yeah, what about it?
They used a harp, which I thought was really interesting.
Yes, it was ethereal in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
that was a
appreciate
harp.
it. Yeah. Yeah,
And I thought that was really interesting for Star Wars, because that's way outside their wheelhouse.
yeah, it's off the beaten path.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I really appreciate that they did with this, because this is not something that Star Wars would have done before, because
No.
this is too childish, I feel like.
This is the antithesis for Andor.
Yes. Because it's Andor is we said it on our main episode. Andor is for more serious viewers and stuff.
It's more for the Dune
adults.
crowd.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say. It's for the Dune crowd.
Yes. Yeah. This was definitely more of a like fantastical, whimsical kind of adventure.
Yeah, Harry Potter, early Harry Potter.
Yeah, like if you're 10 years old, this is
Yeah,
you're gonna have fun with it.
you're gonna eat this up.
Yeah, it also did appeal to like the Goody crowd.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, absolutely yes.
To a lesser extent, the Stranger Things crowd, because Stranger Things is more of an adult show still.
Well, it's that like coming of age kind of feel.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
Maybe the Back to the Future crowd a bit.
Explain.
Just like a more like family-friendly comedy sci-fi.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
I feel
all
like
right.
lighthearted sci-fi. Like I feel like some of it's pretty lighthearted.
Oh no, I have a thing like comparing it to Back to the Future where it's incest the movie. You know? So
no.
I'm kind of seeing where you're coming from.
Yeah.
It's just I don't see Back to the Future as super childlike once you boil down the plot.
Like I said, I haven't watched it in years because I didn't really care for it.
Yeah, I know.
Another point I had that I'll bring up, and then I think all my points were done after that, and then I'll just bounce off you whatever you got.
Okay. Yeah, because I could steamroll over you with this. So by all means,
so
get yourself
out my
out.
points before you.
Yeah, go. I don't want to steal anything.
Hot take. Jude Law is up there for most scumbag with Dolores Umbridge.
No, he's under her, but he's
up
close.
there with her.
Yes, he is close.
Yeah, he is.
The only way that he could have taken it a step further is if he actually would have hurt the kids. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Scumbag.
Yeah, he was piece of shit of the fucking galaxy year.
I also wish we would have got more of a. I don't know his name in the movie or in the show. Urkel.
Oh, Jaleel White.
Yeah.
Yes.
They hyped him
Gunter.
up.
I think that was his name.
Yeah. They hyped him up like crazy because it was Urkel, and then he was in like 2 scenes.
No. Okay. I won't say that Star Wars hyped him up. It was the people who recognized him that hyped him up.
Okay. Because like I was seeing it hyped up like crazy.
Yeah, no, I think that the people who saw Jaleel White were just like, "Oh my God, Jaleel White! He's such a big name!" And then, yes,
I knew that.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'm not gonna make a comment because I'm feeding my stereotype. I was gonna say I really want to try his strain, but whatever. No, it was the fans of Jaleel White and the people that recognized them really hyped him up. I feel. I don't think that the media really did a whole lot to hype him up. I don't think that Star Wars did either.
One more thing I'll mention. This was kind of a last minute thing. So was the Jaleel White thing, but
Oh wait, one little comment on that point.
Yeah.
I fully agree with you. I wish that he would have been in it more.
Yeah.
I liked him.
It was very underutilized.
Yeah, absolutely. Sucks that we'll never get him back.
Well, actually, I got a few more points. Sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Because I know you'll have a lot to say about what I have to say.
Yeah.
So,
Besides, it sounds like we have a lot to overlap anyway.
the Star Wars always has some good cinematography.
Yes. Yeah.
But I feel like this is some of the finer point cinematography that they've done. Maybe it's because I watched it not in the projector, so it was a sharper image. Because I watched it on the TV in the bedroom.
Yeah.
But because it was I usually watch chill stuff before bed. This
Mm.
was one of my chill shows.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just relaxing.
Yeah, aside from like the pent up moments,
Yeah.
no, it's so pleasing to look at.
It is.
Just purely how everything's framed, purely just like
All
the
the
set
nebula
decorations.
shots look amazing.
Yes,
You know I'm a sucker for space cinematography.
well the way that they did the way the protective dome dissolved
Yes.
was so cool.
It was.
It was the Eye of Aldani all over again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The nebula shots and everything look incredible.
Yeah, I loved it. It's so good. I really want to rewatch it ASAP just because of how
I want to
beautiful
rewatch
it is.
Andor, which I'm gonna do soon because of the new season. When does it come out?
I'm spacing. Because like I've taken a step back from the fandom. I've Acolyte and being in the fandom during Acolyte really wore me out.
Yeah. I have a hot take about Andor too.
This
This one's a bad one. I wasn't that big of a fan of the prison storyline.
What?
Yeah.
Dude!
I just feel
No,
like
I mean, I don't blame you with like everything that follows, but
it's kind of slow moving compared to the rest of the story.
I mean, it's that more like political thriller kind of, or well, I want to say political thriller. It's more
Well,
of that like escape plan
yeah.
kind of thing.
It's
Like
just-
it's a jailbreak sequence.
Not my type of thing. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just it wasn't for me.
Well, to be fair, Star Wars has always been political.
Yeah.
We don't get political on this podcast, so I'm not
Yeah.
going to say anything about the politics in Star Wars.
Yeah.
But Andor is a very political show, and
Yes.
that was one of the most political pieces in it. Like that arc and the final arc of it,
Yeah.
just insane.
Yeah.
I mean, those were a little more slow burning.
Yeah, I prefer
because of
the
that.
beginning, like with the TIE fighter in the village, and
Yeah.
yeah, that was
I got
more,
you.
That had me hooked right now there.
Okay. Did you like the heist aspect?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, that's where it really had me hooked. And then I think I would have enjoyed the prisoner part more
Mhm.
if the first part didn't set such a high bar for me, and then it kind of dwindled down.
Well, would you say that it kind of like
It plateaued with the first part.
yeah, like it hits like a major bump in the road right there where like the pacing for you.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay,
yeah,
I just feel like the third episode of that arc fully sells it for me
okay,
because I like what they're doing with that arc.
Yeah.
Because Kino Loy is such a listen. I'm just trying to get the fuck out of here, man. I'm trying to play with the system. I'm trying to because I've been promised this through and through. He's like I've done everything right. I'm going to get out of here.
yeah,
And then he found out that people were coming back in, and it's no. I think that the final episode of that arc just makes all of that worth it
okay.
because
Like
especially
I said, I'll rewatch it soon. So
because I do look past like the first two episodes of that arc a bit because I get where you're saying it is like slow. It's
Yeah.
it's a little sluggish, but I like the exposition that they're doing and,
Right.
and the because it kind of you're viewing Star Wars through the lens of Cassian.
yes,
And like Cassian has his own story to tell, and it's interesting because of that.
Yeah.
But he's also we're seeing basically the origin of him,
Yes.
where the origin isn't even when he was a kid. The origin is like this show.
right.
This is what fully radicalizes him. This is what causes him to want to take that next step.
Yeah.
Like this is like that's what it is. I don't know. I think it's interesting because that arc is the one where it makes Andor a secondary protagonist in a way.
Yeah.
And that's something I appreciate. But we're not here to talk about Andor.
Right. I'll mention one more thing about Andor because we are talking Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll mention this again when we do Andor.
Mm.
I really think they're making a mistake cutting it down to 2 seasons from 5.
It's the one creative decision that I fully disagree with the director
that's
on.
some bull crap.
My thing that's getting me through it is I'm looking at how the crew responded after the release of season 1. Because the crew, after the release of season 1, they were like, listen, we're not saying that we didn't deliver something great. They're like, but it was just really they're like it was very stressful to go through, and it was highly intensive, and it required a lot from every single person on set, way more than anything else we've done. They're like, there was just so much that went into this. It really burnt us to the core.
Even if they could have cut it down to like 2 years every season.
See, I would have preferred that.
If we would have got 3 seasons total.
Yeah, like I would prefer that to what we're currently facing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sympathetic because of what they went through with the first season.
Right.
But
first season was also during COVID.
Yeah. I just.
But back to Skeleton Crew. We got a little bit off.
Yeah, sorry. We already did our Andor review.
Yeah. Actually, we didn't.
Did we not? Was that
2022?
Shit. I always get that swapped with Ahsoka. I don't know why.
We'll go back to
we
Andor
did a
season
review
one
for
when we
Ahsoka,
do.
so.
We'll go back to Andor season 1 when we do season 2.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do like a review on it or something.
Yeah. So last point I want to make on Skeleton Crew before you go, and then if I have anything else, I'll chime in. When they're on the planet with the other ad planet.
Not Ad Astra.
No, that's a Brad Pitt movie.
Yeah, I know.
A good movie.
Yeah. I just I can't remember the name of it.
That is what I call interstellar light.
Yeah.
Ad Astra is very much a bare bones interstellar.
I can see it.
Yeah.
But what were you gonna say about the other planet?
Dealing with the kid that's on the planet.
Okay.
How her and Neil kind of connect. Like,
yeah.
Neil's like, I hang out with my friends. I do all sorts of stuff. And she's like, if you don't fight, you're weak.
Yeah.
And he's like, what's the point of all this fighting? Like, you gotta live to enjoy life, not just fight all the time. Like, I don't know any of the dialogue. Just
yeah,
what
just
I
off the
gathered
top of
from
your
the
head
scene.
is what
Yeah.
you roughly. Yeah.
Yeah. And she kind of like sees like maybe there is more to life than violence.
Yeah. No, that was very touching.
It was kind of profound in a way.
I really need to rewatch that because that was the one that I paid the least attention to for whatever reason. I just like my ADHD was driving me up the fucking wall.
Yeah.
But no, that was a really, like I said, Neil is a very sweet kid. I feel like a lot of the best moments to come out of the show, not so much like the action sequences.
Right.
I don't mean that.
Neil and KB have the best heart-to-heart moments.
They do,
Yeah.
especially the third to last episode when they're trying to escape the pirate planet or the
KB's broken.
Yes,
Literally.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she's where she's like, you need to do this, and she's trying to explain everything to Win.
That actually had me tearing up.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god,
She was gonna die.
I know, me too. That's what made the moment in the finale not like. I was like, no, they already gave her a moment.
Yeah.
I was like, she fucking made it. We didn't see an explosion. I was like, she's fucking alive.
Yeah,
she may not be in the best condition,
Yeah.
but she is still alive.
Yeah.
No,
I defer to you. Have at it.
One thing that I want to make a comment on is 33. Because 33 was voiced by Nick Frost. Which, I don't know if you know Nick Frost off the top of your head. I doubt you do.
No, I have a friend named Nick Frost.
No,
he was in a band called Take Me Pure Cross.
Yeah. I've brought him up on the show before, and that's the exact same fucking thing you said every fucking time. I just remembered.
It's unpredictable.
Nick Frost is, in my opinion, the other half to Simon Pegg.
Okay.
Shaun of the Dead, At World's End, Hot Fuzz, Paul.
I remember this now. We have talked about this before.
Yeah. They're one of my favorite comedic duos of the 21st century. I fucking love them, especially when they get to work with Edgar Wright. They all just mesh so well. I really love it. At least as far as I know. Edgar Wright seems like a super chill dude, and so does Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. But Nick Frost voiced 33. And I kept forgetting. Because it just doesn't register to me as Nick Frost. It's the same thing as, because it's a character.
Yeah.
And while I've seen both of them do characters before, when they don't have to go based off of purely like what they're doing physically or like how they emote like face wise or facially. When they don't have to worry about that so much, I feel like they unlock a new level for themselves.
Yeah.
Because Simon Pegg, in my opinion, was unrecognizable as Unkar Plutt in Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Who was the desert trader
I know.
on Jakku. Okay. I didn't know.
I remember the name. I did not know that was Simon Pegg.
Yeah, that was Simon Pegg.
That did not sound like him.
Yeah, exactly. And listening to 33, like, by the end of the show, I was like, yeah. Because I got reminded after the second to last episode that was Nick Frost. I was like, son of a bitch.
Speaking of Edgar Wright,
What?
when we come back after I move,
Mm.
how about a review rerun of Driver?
Baby Driver? I fucking love that movie. It's so well done. I
discovered one of my
truly
new favorite songs from that movie. Brighton Rock by Queen.
Oh, yeah?
That's one of my favorite go-to skateboarding songs now.
Dude. The soundtrack on Baby Driver is goated alone.
Yes.
Like, it's so fucking good. I'm so desperate for us to do anything with Baby Driver. Anything with Edgar Wright in general. He's my favorite director of all time.
I think Baby Driver 2 comes out next year.
I can't wait. I really can't. There's some
We're going
issues
off
with
again.
stuff with Baby Driver, but
This is me.
sorry.
Yeah, I started it. Let's get back to it.
Yeah, Nick Frost here was fucking awesome. I think that this is. I haven't heard a whole lot of VO work from him, but this was awesome. I really loved his acting here. Just from that, I thought that he gave a great performance. I was super wild. I'm so used to seeing Jude Law in the same light because I feel like everything that I see Jude Law in, he's always been at the same tier of acting. Not to say that he's bad.
Yes.
Like he's a good actor. I enjoy watching him. I think that he does a great job in the stuff that I've seen him in. He's probably had some duds out there, but I don't know. But like here, I can't say a whole lot more than I could say about his performance in AI. You know, or
I need to
his
rewatch,
performance in The Holiday.
I need to rewatch Repo Man.
Same. It's been forever since I've seen it.
I've seen it once, like when it first came out.
Yeah, it's been at least 10 years for me.
Yeah.
Like it's been a while.
I'd say Jude Law's best performance is in the Sherlock Holmes movies.
I would say so. Yeah. Like that is a little above for me. Yeah. I agree. Here, he just gave the same kind of energy that I would have expected.
Yeah.
So I wasn't incredibly wowed by him. He still was good.
Yeah.
He's
a good actor. He just does not give energy.
Yeah. When you see at least like 3 of his projects, you know what to expect by the 4th.
Exactly.
And I feel like that was true here as well.
He's very similar to The Rock in that regard.
Yes.
The Rock plays the exact same character, gives the exact same energy every movie.
Yeah. I will say I appreciate the fact that they made him a villain here.
Yeah.
Like that was a switch up.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. I haven't seen a whole lot of him as a villain.
No.
Or I'm not sure what else is out there of him as a villain, but I
don't know.
But the kids were all great. I really love them. Ever since the first trailer came out, everybody was like, protect the boy that plays Neil at all costs. Yeah. I thought the parents were great. I love the fact that KB had 2 moms. I like that they didn't. One thing I appreciate about this project was how they really treated it. They really treat it in a more mundane way. And that's something that I look forward to as somebody who watches Star Wars.
Yeah.
Who consumes Star Wars. There's not a whole lot of Star Wars projects out there where they're seeing the galaxy from a new perspective. They're like, these aren't people that are so versed in the horrors of war or the Jedi mythology and the practice of the Jedi religion, stuff like that. One of my favorite Star Wars books I've read is one that's super underrated in my opinion, and it's called Jedi Collector by Kevin Shinick. And holy shit, do I hope we get a sequel to it. I really hope that he appears in the upcoming New Jedi Order movies, because I think that will be a great connection, because that really wasn't connected to Tross any other way. It was more connected to Force Awakens than anything.
Yeah.
But Jedi Collector, the perspective is through this like 16-year-old kid who's Force sensitive, and he knows that, or I think that he finds out that his grandfather was a Jedi, and his grandfather survived Order 66.
Okay.
But he goes to high school. He lives in a family of like tailors and stuff like that, and he makes best friends with this new student whose father works for the First Order. And so there's no prejudice against the First Order there. Like, everybody's like, oh yeah, I mean, they're doing something, but whatever, it's work, Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of what you would expect from something like this, where like these kids, their parents were absolutely working for the fucking Empire, but
Yeah.
nobody there was like, oh, this is evil. Like, it was just like normal everyday life, and they hop out into the universe and they're eyes wide the entire time.
Yeah.
And that's something that I love in Star Wars. That's something that I cannot get enough of, because we are so used to being like, oh, these are the Jedi, these are the bad guys, this is the Empire, this is all this history. Like, we as an audience know that.
Yeah.
And I feel like Star Wars doesn't give us enough projects, whether it's books or comics or shows or movies, audio plays. We don't get enough stuff where it reminds us of not everybody knows this.
It's a less cynical view.
Yeah, it's
Because in a way, it really is cynical.
well,
How
like
they deliver it sometimes.
I wouldn't even say so much like cynical, because like, yeah, there is a like pre-established narrative of like Empire bad guys, Rebel good guys. Yeah, there is that. But it for me, what it does is it kind of reminds you of things. So like, one of the reasons why I love it is because it's how I imagine to be discovering Star Wars as a first time.
Yeah.
I've always loved Star Wars. I can't tell you the first movie that I watched. I can't even tell you my first memory of it, because I grew up with the toys, I grew up with the prequels, I grew up with the originals. I've had it so like deeply ingrained in my brain, I can't separate anything.
Attack of the Clones, the year it came out.
Yeah, like at least you have that.
Yeah.
I truly envy that. Like, I don't have one of those things. It's just like, this has been part of my life since I was born for me.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't have that pre-established memory. I don't have that memory.
So
it's
I
just
would've
all
been-
pre-established.
I would have been 8.
Yeah, roughly, yeah. Yeah, because 2002.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would have seen it in 2023 because it was at someone's house.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So I would have been 9. No, I still would have been 8 because my birthday.
Oh, no, you said 2023.
Oh,
That threw me off. I was
2003.
like, hold on!
2003. Sorry.
We talked about Star Wars before then.
2003. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No.
You about had a brain melt.
No, shit. No, I just, for me, it's
sober?
that.
Am I not sober?
Yeah. It's like, it's how I imagine to be experiencing Star Wars for the first time as a child, where it's like eyes wide open. It's like you had this like infant like wonder where it's like, oh my gosh. Like you can see that through the children in this.
Yeah.
Like you can see how bewildered they are by everything. Yet they're scared because they're out in this giant galaxy that they've never known, that they've never been educated about, really. Like,
Didn't
yeah,
even
they
know
knew like
existed
about
pretty much.
yeah, like they knew like about the core planets, and that was basically fucking it.
Yeah.
Like they don't know about wild space. They don't know about their surrounding planets. They don't know about any of that kind of stuff. So they can't.
They don't know how
navigate
dangerous
anywhere.
the galaxy is.
Exactly. Like they're such like I know people are like, well, they're children. No, they're really much more like infants here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they're able to function. They're able to navigate this world barely. Yeah, they're able to do that, but like, other than that, they haven't encountered anything else. The only other things that they really know about the outside world is what money looks like.
Because I'll bring this into it for a second. I don't want to make this a thing, but just to use as an example, like they're so sheltered. Like nowadays, kids, like even kids, like they learn about stuff in school that happened. So like these don't even know what happened.
Right.
Like kids nowadays learn about 9/11 in school.
Yeah,
when they're
like
young.
I remember like that being drilled in my head in the 5th grade.
Yeah.
like,
And they're probably about 5th grade.
yeah, roughly.
Yeah. So like they don't know the Empire took over or the
Yeah.
Jedi are extinguished or whatever else. They don't know anything.
Yeah, literally, this entire planet is built around the great work.
Yes.
That's all that they've been taught their entire lives is we are contributing to the great work. And as far as we know, this planet has been on its own for centuries.
Yes.
Because I think the supervisor himself, or I can't remember if it was supervisor or some other character. Regardless, somebody makes a comment of like, and has been, I think it's Fern's mom.
Yes.
Fern's mom was like, this is what has kept us so successful.
Yes, it was
our
Fern's mom.
our entire history is
Yes.
because we obey order to a T, and it's kept us successful and thriving for generations.
Yeah.
And it's like generations to me isn't like a 20-year thing.
No.
Well, yes, but for me,
50
when I think
plus.
generations, I think like my grandparent. You know.
Yeah. 50 plus.
Yeah. Like I imagine a wide gap.
Yeah.
So they've been doing this since like
More probably at
I'd
least
say at
100 years.
least the High Republic.
Yeah.
If not way earlier, because this sounded like it was a very mythical thing.
Yeah. I'd say at least 100 years.
Yeah, and like everybody seemed to have like completely fucking forgotten about stuff.
Yeah.
Because that which feeds into my Shadow of the Empire thing. But what was I about to say? No, everybody seems to be taken off guard by things. Like all those people walking across the lawn on the landing pad for Emissary.
Yeah.
Everybody like being super caught off guard. Like it was the first time that they'd ever seen any of that shit happen.
Yeah.
So it's like they haven't had an emissary in a long time.
No.
So like
They might
have
not have even seen a
literally no
ship
fucking
before.
idea.
A lot of them.
Yeah. Which the reveal about the Onyx Cinder, so cool.
Yeah.
Like when it was separating, which that episode, did you know that mechanical crab was stop motion animated?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. I really love that. I love because you can barely tell.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple. If you know what to look for with stop motion animation, there's a couple moments I feel, but it looks so cool.
It did.
But no, when the shell was coming off of the ship, I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Son of a bitch, this is awesome!" I was like, "I love this." It was such a cool way to do it. That was awesome. Wrap up my thoughts on that one point. For me personally, it was seeing that Star Wars through a new lens.
Yes.
And I love when Star Wars does that because not only for people like me, where it's like this, like in my DNA, not only for people like me, but just for people who forget, you know?
I feel
But-
like there's 3 times we saw Star Wars through a new lens.
Mm.
On screen.
Okay.
Not counting video games.
Mm.
I feel like the first one was Mandalorian.
I can see that, yeah.
Second time was Andor. Third time was Skeleton Crew.
Yeah,
Because it's less about Star Wars and more about
navigating the galaxy.
yeah,
Yeah.
in a way. Well, they're all different in style and stuff.
Yeah,
But,
it's
like,
just like the Mandalorian's like, are you a Jedi? yeah, stuff like
But
that. Yeah, I get
Mandalorian's
you.
more about like the bounty hunting aspect.
Yeah,
It's less about the Empire versus or Republic versus
yeah, it's like the fallout of the war.
yeah.
Yeah, it's that and trying to rebuild and trying to move on. Yeah.
And Rogue One's the seedy underbelly in Andor.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I got you.
And then Skeleton Crew's more just like the...
It really is like you're a baby watching this.
Yeah, amazement and wonder of the galaxy.
Yeah, I just love it. Like, that was so fucking... I don't think that Star Wars can do another live-action project that will encapsulate that for me. Or another on-screen project that will encapsulate that for me.
The only thing I could see that would... We don't want to talk about the Acolyte. We've said it. There's a lot of bad blood with the... Yeah, we'll just skip over that. The only thing... the only other project I could see that gives a new light would probably be, of the stuff announced, would be the Dawn of the Jedi project.
Yeah, because it's like the early day. Yeah. That's also going. That's another thing. Yeah, honestly, I kind of fucking forgot that Mangold was doing that movie.
There's rumors Nihilus or Revan could appear.
Yeah, I was hearing those rumors. I'm interested. I'm just like, the lore from the EU. How is he there at the? How are they going to be there at the very beginning? You know, unless you're telling this story across like thousands of years.
I heard that's what it's going to be. It's going to be like a 2 or 3 part movie.
Really?
That's what I was hearing. I don't know if it's true.
I mean, I would hope so, because it's such an interesting premise.
Yeah.
You know, I would really hope so, because I feel like that would feed a lot of the fans that are disappointed with the current era of Disney of Star Wars. I feel like that would...
Take this with a massive grain of salt, because I have no clue if this is true.
Yeah, like, it's rumors, yeah.
I heard we're getting a trilogy.
Okay. That's one of those rumors that are up there with us getting Abeloth and Ahsoka.
Okay.
Where it's like, how does this completely work? Yeah. I don't know. This... I just like that kind of...
a different perspective.
Yeah, I just really value it. I like on a personal level, and also just on a level as a traditional audience member. Because again, as I said, like I feel like we've gotten so used to what Star Wars is, and everything that happens in there. We just need a reminder that not everybody fucking knows what's going on. I feel like everybody assumes it.
Yeah,
and it's just shows like this, projects like this, is like no, you have no idea how clueless everybody else in the universe is about what goes on in every other part of the universe.
I'll word it interesting like this. As listeners know, I'm a Christian. It's like faith through the eyes of a child. Just the wonder and amazement and the uncertainty, but awestruckness of it.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's that wonder.
Yeah, wonder, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I see that, yeah.
Just uncertainty, but also wonder.
Okay, yeah. I really like that.
Yeah.
That's... Knowing you, that's a really good comparison.
Yes.
Yes, I fully see where you're coming from. As somebody who's non-religious myself.
Yeah.
I fully agree with that, yeah.
Yeah.
This show was just... It's so good. I like it. A lot of the sequences were really, really good. I like... I've seen people complain about how it looks too modern, and...
I don't see that.
Well, like, people were like, okay... I don't want to, like... I'm not going to name names, but there's somebody that I follow who lives in Gibraltar, and she's a massive Star Wars fan. And I follow her because of that. I think that she has some really great takes. She ended up liking Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
From what I saw, but like one of her early complaints when we were seeing the trailers was that looks like an American cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, like, agreed. Yes, that looks
yeah.
like an American cul-de-sac. Which I understand that complaint because, like, you normally want to remove, or you normally want it to be more ambiguous, like with stuff like that,
right?
So everybody across the globe can connect to it and like project onto it. But like, for me, it was like, I liked that because it was the modernity of it.
Yes.
Like I said, one of my favorite books to come out of Star Wars, especially canon-wise, is Jedi Collector. And that I had never thought of, man, these kids are going to school, ain't they?
Yeah.
But like Jedi Collector, he was in high school. Straight up said that they were in high school. I was like, what? But it's one of those things where it's like there is modernity there. There is there is stuff that you don't think about in Star Wars.
Right.
Like before Andor, who would have been like, yeah, there's absolutely cereal and milk in Star Wars, you know? Or well, not milk because we've always had blue milk, but
right.
Cereal, like seriously.
Going to other fandoms, the TV show Powerless.
Okay, I don't have any experience with it. So.
Okay. It was a comedy.
Okay.
About an R&D department that makes stuff to keep you safe from superhero battles. Had nothing to do with Vanessa Hudgens.
Yes.
And Alan Tudyk.
Yeah. And it also had a
Ron
bed.
Funches.
It also had a bed.
Yeah.
Dan Pooty.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing to do with the superheroes themselves. They were secondary characters.
Yeah.
It was about these normal, everyday people that lived their lives almost in fear of destruction from superhero battles.
Yeah, like almost every single episode started with a new disaster that was caused by a giant fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So that's the same thing.
Man, I like completely forgot about Powerless.
I love that show. I wish we got more.
Yeah, I'm so shitty that they canceled it.
Yeah, I know. After 13 episodes.
Hey, James Gunn.
Hey.
Listen, you could do one of the coolest things ever.
For real. It was so good.
It was. Honestly, you don't even have to bring back the same cast. Like you could have
Bring
like
some
one or
of them
two of the
back.
same people. Yeah.
Bring Ron Funches and Danny Pooty back.
Mention Alan Tudyk's Wayne character.
Yes.
The
Van
spoiled
Wayne or
rich
whatever it
boy.
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Skeleton Crew, like the biggest takeaway is just the amazement and wonder of it.
It is, and I know
It's pure.
It is, and it's one of those. It's one of the best things to be present in the show.
Yes.
Because I feel like they really wrote the kids phenomenally.
Yes.
Or phenomenally.
Yes.
I speak good. I feel like they did a phenomenal job there, and actually did that really well. I liked how they did the like parent dynamic with it.
Yes.
I liked I just because the it was one of those things where like the parents were disenfranchised.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people that watch Star Wars are disenfranchised by that like overall narrative thing.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh yeah, we're so used to it, we don't care, like whatever. What we've been talking about for the past like 20 minutes, like the wonder of it. But like the parents were that disenfranchised voice in.
Yeah.
And I like that.
I'll bring up one more thing on my end.
Yeah.
And then we can probably start wrapping this up soon.
Yeah.
The relationship between what's his name? The main character, like the main kid.
Win.
Yeah.
And his dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
How his dad's kind of like just grow up, stop being a child.
Yeah. And it just feels
move
soulless.
on and be an adult.
Yeah. Well, and then to go on where he's he's riding with them on the speeder bikes in the finale,
And
they make
like,
that giant. They make the jump, and he's going woo afterwards. It's such childlike glee. It's like, so I'm so glad because this is such a teachable moment for you.
It's like in Red 1, where Santa's like, you've seen Red 1, right?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I loved Red 1.
So where Santa's like, the Rock is like, I don't see it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't see faith through the eyes of a child, or something. He said something very similar, or something like that. And at the end of the movie, he sees the dad, Chris Evans, standing there, but he sees Chris Evans as a little kid,
Yeah.
and he sees him through that eye again, of the eyes of a child,
Yeah.
and he sees that childlike joy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's absolutely what happened.
Yeah.
Or at least I hope that's what happened.
Yeah,
It seemed like he chilled out after.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Once he was like, "Oh my gosh, my kid, my kid has had some serious issues going on."
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because I was irritated with that too, where I was like, "Dude, like you should be I understand that, like, your entire thing, and it's the thing that irritates me with parents and media. I feel like it irritates any person with parents and media, except for like the super cynical ones,
Yeah.
where it's like, yeah, no, after a certain point, people need to grow up. It's like they're fucking children.
Yeah.
Like,
These kids
say
are
that
like
for
8
at
to
least
10.
18, you
Yeah.
know?
They're like 8 to 10.
Yeah, and even then, like, in my opinion,
At most, they're 13.
yes, absolutely. There's no way that they're in high school. Like I know that, like, I know kids are only depicted as older in media. These kids seem very true to the ages that their characters were.
Yes.
This
isn't a case of Stargirl being 26 playing a 16-year-old.
right. Greg Sulkin being like 25 and playing a 16-year-old in Runaways.
Freaking Beast Boy.
Yeah, Ryan K. Potter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I always thought that he was young, like early 20s.
But he's like 30.
No, like, yeah, I know their character, but a lot of adult characters can do that too.
Yeah.
So at least for that, for me, there wasn't a huge gap.
Yeah.
I just felt he was only like a little older than Raven.
Okay.
In that. But oh no.
Yeah.
No. I think that every single adult should always have some sort of childlike whimsy in their life.
Yeah.
And I think that if you don't have that, then you should search for it.
Yeah.
I think the day that we grow up, we give up on the joys that can come from looking at the world through the eyes of a child.
Yes.
The second that we give that up is the second that we jump in the grave. I know that's grim.
Yeah.
But it's like, it really is like, you don't, I feel like at that point, you really don't let yourself have a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, I have fun. I go out and I get drunk and it's like, okay, but when was the last time you had as much fun as you did when you were a 6-year-old playing Super Smash Brothers with your friends?
Yeah.
When was the last time you had that much fun? When was the last time you had as much fun as a little 8-year-old boy watching Tobey Maguire on the big screen?
I'll offer another perspective, and then I'm tapping out from this one.
Yeah.
Or even if you don't look at it from a religious standpoint, just being outside in nature.
Yeah.
The movie The Sound of Metal put it something like, the sound and stillness is where you see the true kingdom of God. The silence and stillness.
Yeah, okay.
So just being out in nature and just absorbing everything, the wonder of it all, as we've been saying this whole time.
Yeah.
We can't go into space, but we have forests, we have oceans, we have mountains. And you could just observe that wonder.
Yeah, it's...
Do more than just sit on your phone.
Yeah.
Live.
I just... Every person do you, but...
Yeah.
No, the second that you stop...
Living.
The second that you stop living, the second that you quote-unquote fully grow up, is the second that you just stop having fun, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you could have different kinds of fun, but the truest fun is the one where... Yeah, the truest fun is the one where you don't have to worry. You know? Like, we as adults, we're so used to how society views one another and how we view one another, and not a whole lot of people want to be weird outside. I say this as a weird person. Like, I battle that myself. But it's like, I still try to find my own personal whimsy. I try to be cartoonish in how I live my life.
Yes.
So I'm constantly pivoting on my heel. I'm constantly throwing my body every which way. If I drop something, I make noises. Like, you should always have something where it's like, I make myself laugh with that.
Yes.
Like, I provide my own entertainment.
Yes.
It's just, what we've been saying. It's just like that childlike wonder. We went on a lot about the childlike wonder presented in this show, in which there's a lot of it, and that's one of the main things of it, which is good.
If you enjoyed this episode, thank you for watching. That was kind of heavy-handed a bit. We really enjoyed the show.
I feel like a whole lot of people go to reviews for critiques and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not somebody who's highly critical. Everybody on the
Especially
show
not
can
Star
attest
Wars.
to it. Every single person. Yeah, I know. I know. I don't like critiquing Star Wars, even though I do it. I'm not a big fan of doing that. I want to talk about things I like. And while it's good to talk about things that you don't like and good to acknowledge it, there's so many people out there that do acknowledge it.
Right.
And for all those people that do, I want to be the one of the people that don't. I want the people that just sees the good in a project. I want to be one of the people that's like, this is just fucking awesome. This is great. I really love this.
I feel like
this is super fun. I don't care if it's gonna win a Golden Globe. I just wanted a fun show, and that's what I got.
I feel like TV shows are harder to do out of 5 than they are of 10 because there's more to it.
Yeah, I know.
So I'd say 7.5 or an 8 out of 10.
I would say, with how it was built, if I had to try to remove my like personal thing with it, where it's like the
It's Star Wars.
perspective, yeah. Well, that and the fact that it's Star Wars, I'd say 7.5.
Yeah.
I'd say roughly that.
Yeah,
But
that's
like,
why I was 7.5.
I agree with 8 as well.
Yeah.
I just something tells me to say 7.5 instead of 8.
Yeah.
Something's telling me.
I could probably justify 8.5 if we were getting a
yeah.
second season.
Yeah, which we don't know yet. I
Right.
really don't.
Because as of right now, it's kind of an iffy wrap up.
Yeah, because what the fuck was that ending?
Right.
We can't end this episode without talking about the fucking ending.
Right.
What the fuck was that? Come on! I know Goonies ended the same way, but come on! Like, give me something! Like, I know that Jod is gonna fucking come up. I know Atten's gonna be mentioned because of fucking Shadow Empire. I just fucking know it because it's so fucking obvious when you're like, where does this play into what they're doing?
What am I thinking of now?
What?
I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was the Batman. Where they're like, "What do you know about this?" And Penguin's like, "Come on!"
Yeah. Come on! What are you showing me here?
Yeah. When
Yeah,
you did that, it's like,
I see it. I think I did it on accident.
we thank you guys for watching this.
No, hold on. No, yeah. I just like, come on! Like, dude, if we don't get a second season, we better get a continuation of this shit pronto. I need a fucking wrap up here, man. The feel good, like, they're getting saved thing isn't good enough for me. I need to know what the fuck happens to Ad. I assume the families are totally sold and totally good. I don't need that. I just, fuck happened to them and what the fuck is happening to Jod? Because you know that Jod's returning with the fact that it was Jude Law.
Yes.
All right.
He's going to lay down the law.
We thank you for watching. I know that this was a bit long-winded and, as Matthew said earlier, heavy-handed. I personally really enjoyed it. I think that out of all of our Star Wars reviews that we've done, this has been my favorite one.
This has been the healthiest.
Yeah. Well, it's not only been the healthiest, but this has just overall been my favorite one. I think that this is one of my favorite projects to come out of Star Wars.
Yes.
Especially like considering the television or
Yeah.
live action television.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so good. I love and like halfway through I was kind of on it, and then we got to the crap.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching it. We are planning on we are releasing a main episode on our top 10 movies of 2005. We're releasing a Wolfman review. We're releasing Creature Commandos review.
This will drop on Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay.
Tuesday at 9 p.m.
Is there anything I'm missing other than that?
Remember, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yes. Make sure to check us out on social media. We've got an account almost everywhere except for Blue Sky so far.
And TikTok.
And TikTok, yeah. So just check us out wherever you can.
We're most active on Twitter.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. A bit of it's shit posting, but yes, we are.
Welcome to the cesspool.
Yeah, we're all mad here.
Yeah, thank you for watching, and remember, live a little.
Yeah, live a little. May the force be with you.
We have been the Cinema Asylum Podcast. You guys were awesome. Thanks for coming out. Good night.